Warning, the following contains depictions of adult themes, drug use, and wanton violence, sometimes flat-out war crimes. Listener discretion is advised. This is Starforged, Stones of Fortune. Starring Carlos as Solrock, the Seer, Ramses as Merrick, the Unseen, Jose as Jimmy Rings, and Luke as Spike. And I am your guide, your host, your editor, and all those other things, Redstone, also known as Adam in these recordings.
You there, Adam?
I am.
Okay, cool. Just make sure my setup's working.
Let me see. What? Just because you got a new number? Let me see. I'll see what that
Your upgrades.
Yeah, right, Adam?
Oh yeah, Adam, could you tell me my upgrades real quick, boss man, please?
Alrighty, let's see what we got. So you had the armored, and you've got let's see.
And can you tell me if I've upgraded any of those as well?
Yeah, so you upgraded the armored to where you had. Wait, did you? Wait, let me. Oh, got the wrong thing up. I have that you added the gunslinger and the exosuit, and nothing's upgraded.
I added the gunslinger and the exosuit.
Yeah. Oh.
Nothing's upgraded?
Oh, the exosuit you also added, you upgraded the exosuit so it would also fly.
Is my armor upgraded?
Your armor is not upgraded. Your armor, we decided that your armor is also, your exosuit can pop out of your armor, but that was it.
Okay. Okay. And so my exosuit is upgraded and nothing else is upgraded?
Correct.
Okay. And gunslinger just makes me really adept at... Here's a card.
When you use your gunslinger, so when you enter the fray, like when you're facing off against an opponent, or if you're preparing to act, like, or if you're ambushing them, then you add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. And when you have a strong hit with a match, you immediately do harm to them. Like you immediately mark progress. Mark progress twice. So basically, you do a lot of damage in that face off. So yeah, if you're doing the Wild West, the two of you in the street about to pull, you get a big advantage to that, and you can shoot first if you get the strong hit, or if you're ambushing somebody. Otherwise, when you upgrade it, you can basically it helps you out when you're kind of at a disadvantage, or you can upgrade it to where you can use basically use the threat of violence to even further make it to where you can compel people with violence even better than normal.
Cool. I'm already pretty good at that. All right. And do I have any points currently?
No. You used them all at this point.
All right, cool.
Let's see. And did Spike end up getting? Did you end up picking the symbiote asset yet, or are you still holding off on that for later?
I have not purchased it yet,
Cool.
but yeah. What's it? Oh, well.
So are we ready to start the mission?
I got my badge, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Alright.
All right, let's get it. So me, Carlos, and Sorlock embark on our. I say we just walk up to the front door and like knock, and then right when they open the door, we just like kind of shove our way in, but we don't start killing people just yet, and then we see what happens, what their reaction is.
Well, we're like, I don't know. Yeah, sure, something like.
Or
They don't organize our shit, so
Okay.
that's about as far as adventure we got.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Alright,
So you got all right. So so you guys travel. So you guys make the jump to the coordinates that Mystery gave you. You guys pop out, and as soon as you pop into real space, you're actually like, wait, where? Well, I thought there was supposed to be a vault here. As literally, then a small. Actually, I'm going to describe the vault for you because why not? It is a really. It's a larger site. We're talking. It's a. Basically, a like small sphere appears, and out of the center of it are these like towers or kind of spires coming out of the center. It looks very metallic, but it also looks like it's kind of like cracked along the spines that come out. There's pretty. But out of there's like it kind of looks like almost like a starburst where like there's a small central sphere and all these spikes coming out of it, but there's a spot where there are no spikes. You guys kind of line up in front of that. That looks to be the entrance, and then Spike and Merrick, you guys get out of your ships. You get into your snub fighters and you start flying towards the vault, while then Solrock and Jimmy Rings, you guys head to that station. It's a smaller station. Let's see. It is what? Oh, yeah. So you notice there is a whole kind of so as you start heading towards that space station, because you guys kind of have to book it so that you're blocking your companions from the vault. So you guys head towards that station. There's a whole like sphere of like a defense perimeter. Like it's just sparsed out like satellites. But you definitely notice them. They scan you, and you guys scan right through because you guys are completely. You're one of this fleet, and on your scanners, you actually notice. So you're on the ship Eris, and you notice that docked at the station is another ship, exactly like yours, with the name Eris.
Cool.
Yeah, and so you guys,
Yeah.
you realize that as you're going towards it, that this station is actually built in an a very large asteroid that's in orbit around a planet. It's got all that defense system, and like, so a lot of the walls of this station are actually just rock. They are asteroid, but there's a whole docking area in the front. Like I said, you already see an Eris parked there. There's a bunch of different spaces open, and you guys are actually able to automatically start docking if you want, because basically you guys showed up, you got scanned, they're like, oh, it's one of our ships. You guys have pure access. There's nobody like monitoring you directly. Everything was automated. So you are clear to land.
I'm trying with this one. It's pretty good.
All right,
So
cool.
is there an issue besides that there's already a ship with our name parked there?
So you guys dock. So your plan was to dock, and then open fire once the doors open.
God, have one of them like open a I don't know, one of the airlocks or something for us.
Mm-hmm.
Or have, since it's automated, just have the airlock open and just like walk right in.
Yeah. So you guys are
So we
able.
can capture.
So you guys dock the ship. You guys get set up by the door, like, and you don't have to break security or anything. The doors open, and you're able to enter the station. There's nobody waiting for you. There just happens to be a little robot. It is kind of looks like R2-D2, basically. It's a little an assistant droid. It's something that you haven't ever seen in your own life, because machines of this kind are completely banned in the future. But yeah, here it's a little like repair droid that's going through. It goes right by you guys, doesn't notice anything wrong with what's going on. It just goes right past you. You guys you're probably able to access the security area and see, like, if you guys need a map, if you want to go anywhere in particular, if there's anything you want to do. Where would you like to head? Or do you want to just start causing havoc?
I say strategically place bombs all over this place.
Okay.
Not trying to just draw attention.
Oh yeah.
As long as that's.
All right, yeah.
It's a vote. We can kill as long as we don't kill them all.
Yeah, so you're able to pretty easily. I mean, so the weird part about this is, although a lot of this is advanced equipment, the security procedures through time have only gotten better. So you guys are able, like, once we're in the station, you're able to access everything. You're able to see some. You're able to find all the points in the defense grid in the station where, if you guys put some bombs there, it would completely disable their defenses for a while and make their whole sensor system go black, which would definitely be a distraction.
So sneak by, do whatever we need to, but stay quiet, like Metal Gear style.
Alrighty, then one of you guys needs one of you needs to roll plus shadow to sneak around and see how this goes.
Oh, it's that one. Yeah.
Alright.
You guys both have 4 points.
Alright. The one, and that's how you got enough, pretty much.
Wait, is it a fail?
Yeah, we could. No, wait, not even a we could fail. Yeah,
Fail.
miss. That's the word.
Was it the sound of like a heavy ass armored punch?
Actually, I'm gonna say All right, so you guys make it to one of the security checkpoints where you're like, oh, sweet. Actually, if we take out this sensor hub right here, we're going to be able to disable their whole security system. But you're saying, literally, once we take out this security hub, it'll take out the whole system. As the doors are opening and there's people in it, they're like, what did you just say? What did you just say? As we cut back to the people invading the vault. So you guys are coming down. You guys are you are approaching the vault as they fly off. And actually, as soon as you start getting close, a couple doors open, like it kind of more irises open, so that you guys see an easy place to land.
All right, let's land.
All right, you guys land, and let's see. As soon as you get inside,
Go on. Like the bubble.
oh, okay. So you guys land, and as soon as you get inside, you're as soon as you pass through the barrier, and there's an atmosphere in here. You can immediately, through your ship, you can hear kind of like the energy that's going on, and there's actually like energy surges. Whatever's happening with this vault, the vault seems to be somewhat damaged, possibly, but there's like, energy sparks that are going through some of these cracks, and every time that happens, you can feel that energy, kind of like the discharge. It's not hurting you in any way. You just know, oh shit, there's a lot of energy happening right now.
Okay.
So as soon as you're able to land, there's only basically one big vertical shaft. So you guys come in and you realize there's just a path going towards the center of the inner sphere. And if you guys would like to, let's see, is there any other?
Let's go down.
Yeah.
Well, does Spike feel anything?
So this is where you guys should do an expedition. Start an expedition. So roll plus wits, Luke.
All right.
Sorry, Spike. Spike is rolling plus wits.
So it's a 3 versus a 2 and a 7. Plus 3 wits, so we hit.
All right. So you are. As soon as you guys land and you start moving forward, you're getting pulled in this forward direction, and you get to you're following down the shaft, and there's like just a solid wall at the end, and as you walk up to it, another set of doors open, and you both get scanned as you walk through, like something. It feels like as you walk through the doorway, there's a tingling sensation that passes through your whole body. But you seem to be all right. As you go through, you're actually able to see that there are more. The cracks that you saw on the outside, actually up ahead, in the walkway, there has been some damage, and it looks like there's kind of a force field that's closed it up, so the atmosphere isn't going through there. But it is in your walkway. You are unsure by looking at it if it's something you could walk on or not.
Okay. Not sure.
Okay. Is that the only path forward?
It seems, actually, let's do an investigation check. So roll another plus wits roll to look around and see if there's any other way.
5 versus a 10 and a 1.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So you realize, so you're looking around and you realize that path is actually that force field is stable, where you could walk over it and you'd be fine, but it does appear to be the only path forward. Like, it really is just like, yep, I guess we're going through.
Alright.
Alright, let's go through.
Alrighty.
So is there anybody around? Can we see anybody? Or where are we at exactly at this moment? It's me and Luke, right?
It's just you two.
Cool. What do we see around there? So we make it over.
So, basically what happened, so you landed in what seemed to be some sort of, like, landing bay. And there was one big, like, there was the door that you came in to enter the whole vault itself. And there's a vault, then a door to, like, keep going forward. And you've basically been on one corridor the entire time. There's been no way to deviate your path thus far. It just seems to be leading you inward. Which actually, now that you think about it, you're like, we've walked a ways. How are we not? Because you went through. You didn't have to go into any of the spires or the spikes. You went pretty close to the center already. You feel like you should have already gone kind of close. It feels like you've been walking for a while.
Okay.
Continue your expedition.
Yep. Expedition roll.
Do I roll again? Alright. 2 versus 2 and a 5 plus 3. So weak hit.
Alright, let's see what is next. Oh, come on.
Wait, you gotta continue.
Oh. So you guys continue going forward, and then after a while of just walking straight through this seemingly endless corridor, the walls of the corridor start getting farther and farther apart from you, and very quickly you see up ahead that the walls kind of extend out away from you into a larger area, but you can't see much past very far ahead because there's an obscuring mist that just seems like you just can't see what's up ahead. It's like a fog. 20, 30 feet ahead of you, you just can't see any farther. If you were to continue walking straight forward, you will lose sight of the walls immediately. But you do have walls that extend in both to the left and to the right of you if you wish to, like, stay against there, or you can keep walking forward. Or what would you like to do now that you found this mist? Actually, I'll let you think about the mist as we'll swing back over to the guys that are assaulting this place, the settlement. So,
Alright.
so you guys are like, so all we gotta do is blow this room, and the whole defenses go down. Oh, hey now, hi. And they're about to draw on you. Like, guns are starting to come out. What do you guys do?
How many people are there?
There are 4 people. There are 2 people at, like, consoles, and there's a couple people that are kind of like guards. They're the ones that are going for their guns. The people with the console have not moved yet. They look shocked.
Well, there's 2 with them, 2 frozen ones.
That's true.
Swords?
Swords. Alright.
As soon as we see them, just draw out swords and straight go for like a kill blow.
Alrighty, so
What's up?
actually, I think right now you guys should roll to enter the fray. I mean, you guys got up close and personal, but
Well, he's augmented. He's like super fast.
Oh,
and
that's a
shit.
good point.
Yeah, because I'm imagining me and Carlos like lurching forward as fast as we can. I mean, he's Blade Master, right? Right?
you
Is Carlos a Blade Master?
no, not really.
Okay.
Actually, I'm thinking because it's kind of you guys are right there in the fray. Yeah, especially if you're pulling out your swords, you guys are gonna roll plus iron because you guys are like immediately in the fray to see how this goes. Because I mean, if you're pulling out melee weapons, so for Sorok, that is a 2 plus 2 for that, and for Jimmy Rings, that's plus 3.
Alright.
Oh, but you also have your augmented, so add an extra plus 1 to that, so that's total of plus 4 for Jimmy.
Joe.
What's a kit?
Alright.
It's a 6 versus a 10 and an 8. Plus this 4, that's a 10.
Yeah. So
Versus 10.
weak hit for enter the fray. You can choose to take one. Either you're going to be in control of the situation, or you can take plus 2 momentum, but you'll be in a bad spot.
Let's say take control.
Cool.
Yeah, take control.
Cool. So both of you had weak hits.
No, I'm rolling right now.
Okay.
That's a 3 versus a 3 and a 2.
Oh, that's gonna be a strong hit. So you get your momentum is going from plus 1 to plus 3, and you are in control. So both of you are in control in your stuff. So you've got the ability to strike if you want. You can roll plus iron to strike. Or I guess, so yeah, if you're going to attack, otherwise let me know what you'd like to do.
I want to swing my sword right through the middle, like horizontally, of my dude. Oh, can I try to hit both of them?
Can you try
Are
what?
they that close to each other?
Yeah, I'm closer than each other.
Doesn't matter. I'll take this a white swing to try to hit them both.
And the swing is to chop right through the both of them, like split them in half. They're reaching for their guns, so the plan is like chop their arms in half and their whole bodies.
I'm going to give you 50-50 shot if they are close enough for that. So if I roll 50 or below, yes. That is a 7. So yes, you can try to attack both at the same time with a strike.
Alright, so do I have to roll?
Yes. So roll plus iron.
And how much is my iron?
3.
And if I add any of my...
It's 3 plus that augment. So yeah, a total of plus 4.
What about the weapon master?
Oh, the weapon master gave him plus 1 to enter the fray, and a plus 1 momentum on that hit that he got. So he's actually got 5 momentum now.
Okay.
It's a 1.
It's a weak hit. It's only 1.
We're both 7.
1 and 7. It's a 1.
Oh, it's a 1?
Oh,
Nice.
All right, so
Okay.
so you still hit. So you actually you get them both. They start going down. The problem is your sword goes right through the first guy, and then you bury it in the second guy, and now it's in him. And so now you're in a bad spot. Like, so the sword is stuck in this guy for just a second, but it's going to take you a minute to pull that sword out. Otherwise, you're going to have to switch weapons or something. But that's, so you kill one, you kill 2 guys, one of which is still like, he's bleeding out because the sword is in him. And then, what does the seer do?
I go after the other 2 guys. At least try to knock one of them out, and I don't know. I don't even know what weapons I have.
Sword.
Sword?
You've got a sword, you've got a pistol, I'm sure.
So basically, just try to slash the first guy, like, just dagger straight to the heart, and then pull it out, throw it at the other guy.
Alrighty. Let's do, that'll be plus iron, so it'll be plus 2 in a strike.
Does this telekinetic help in throwing knives?
My kinetic will help me. when I max out momentum, I can re-roll if I put that, so. So 6 versus a 3 and a 4.
Nice. Shit.
So you finish. Actually, you bash one guy. Well, you were using the sword. So yeah. So you're able to like stab one of the people at the console, and you swing around and you just like elbow that last guy in the face, and he's passed out. And that's it. So that's you've taken all 4 of them out.
Cool. I got one. Knocked out is I don't know.
I just look at Jose and I'm like,
The good thing is it's I mean, you're looking around. It doesn't seem like they had a chance to get an alarm off. You guys just wrecked stuff. So
This is generally how stealth missions with Jose go.
But they didn't sound any alarms off or anything, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope, you took them out before they had a chance.
Cool.
yeah, carrying on with the mission, looking for those places to put the bombs.
Cool.
Yeah, so we got all the bombs on the plant systems at this point?
Well, we know the points we gotta get to.
Oh, we gotta get to them. Okay.
You
Alright,
guys,
so
you guys are able to
this
rig
is
up
one of
this
the-
one though just fine, and then you'll actually be easier to find the other 2 spots because you've already got the layout now.
Yo,
Cool.
So go ahead and do another plus shadow roll to try to hide and sneak and get to the other spot.
Get the better shot.
Or Lizard Hope 1, I guess.
yeah, same.
It's
6 versus 8 and a 9.
distraction. That's when they sent you on the distraction.
Okay, make things go boom.
Was that a 6 total or a 6 plus your shadow?
So that's 4 out of your 100.
So what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that a 6 total or the 6 on the die plus your shadow?
6 plus shadow.
Okay, so 7 versus what were the die?
8 and a 9.
Oh shit. Okay. So
Nice.
you guys are just the worst at sneaking up on people.
We need distraction.
Yeah, we don't. We still need
I don't remember the night.
Yeah.
So I think
I just if you see people running, let them. I wanted to get like a nice layout of the situation we had. So it's like a couple dudes every room is what I'm hearing.
so
Oh,
so
yeah.
you guys like plant some bombs in the room you're just at. You start walking out and you immediately run into a security patrol.
What kind of weapons do they have and how many are there?
There are 3 of them and they have rifles on them.
Alright, I pull out a shotgun with my weapons master, but it's got shit shots in it.
Alrighty, so
So
go ahead and roll enter the fray.
and are we in like just a straight hallway?
Yes, right now you are.
Okay. So I'm rolling to get at least 3 shots of my shotgun off with non-lethal shit rounds. Just as like a what do you call it? Meat bags? No, they're going in.
Shooting knives and then calling it non-lethal.
What you call it? I don't know. Just give us an advantage.
So yeah, but you're quick drawing on these guys. So you're going to be doing edge, but you've got your augmented +1, and then you've got your the weapons master. So that's another +1. So that's a total of +4 you're adding to this roll.
So 10 versus 6 and a 10,
All right. So
and so me and Carlos are like sprinting right at him while we're doing this. By the way,
okay.
just charging really.
So just to let you know, you got another +1 to your momentum, so you're at +6. And then do you want to be in control or take +2 momentum?
In control.
In control. All right, and then. Ooh.
Stay.
Yeah, just
So okay, so Sorlock's standing there. When you guys open the door, you see a few guards coming, and Jimmy Rings just pulls out his shotgun and runs at them. What does the seer do?
How good were Jose's rolls? Like, is he good?
yeah. I got a 6 versus 10 and a 6, right?
He looks like he's in control of the situation. You don't have to enter the fray if you don't want at this moment. You can just watch and see what happens. You can duck back inside.
When they're focused on Jose, I just try to take advantage, get a little closer, get ready to strike with a sword.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, so if you're gonna try to get into close range with that, you're gonna roll plus iron on your enter the fray.
I got a 5 versus an 8 and a 10.
Oh.
Plus iron.
So the 5 plus the 2 is only a 7. That's actually, I think the problem is that so you've brought a sword to a gunfight. The 3 of them have rifles. Jimmy Rings has got a shotgun, and you're trying to like get in close with your sword, and the problem is like, yeah, they have guns, you do not.
Using him as a distraction. He's like taking the lead, not like going around the side.
Yeah, I think it's just it's gonna take you a little bit to get close because you can't just rush it. You have to let him like he has to start firing. Before you can do anything, basically. So yeah, so you're just going to be kind of stuck in the back until shit kind of happens. But we're going to jump back to the vault, and the guys you're standing in front of a wall of mist. What do you want to do?
Give us just a sec. We just got pizza delivered.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, Adam, you got this stuff jumping from each story like on some TV show type shit.
That's what I'm trying for, yeah. Keep it interesting.
Yeah, it's like the perfect, I'm just charging in, Carlos is waiting, and then he just splashes to these two.
The cliffhanger, also these guys.
I love it.
Well, I know for sure we want to gather information.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I'll roll for now, but if I roll a bad one, it's gonna roll right after. Here I go. I'm about to roll together information. Come on. Nice. Look at that.
Oh shit, what the fuck? I just won't stop spinning. What does that mean?
Alright, I got a 4 versus a 7 and a 7.
4 plus your wits is only a 6.
Oh, what's that with a miss?
I wish you had that.
Ooh.
Miss with a match.
Yep, that's gonna be a story complication. Let's find out what that is.
Bro was using echolocation and just like, ah!
So you guys are just standing there, and you're trying to figure out what's past the mist. You're really quiet. You're listening, and you hear, "Kothum, Kothum,
What?
Kothum," and it really sounds kind of like large footsteps that are coming somewhat closer. Like you hear them getting slightly louder to each step, but you can't hear what. Like that's all you hear. You hear the kathumps.
All right. Okay. Should have brought me along.
Yeah. So we're not like entering combat yet. We're just hearing this.
Correct.
Okay.
Let's see.
I guess I'll gather info to see if there's a way we should go, and then we can run that way.
Okay.
See what the fuck it is, bro. Shadow through.
Yes.
Every mission on Luke's mission.
1 and a 4 versus a 4.
Nice.
So strong hit.
So you realize something about this mist. Spike is realizing that you actually think the mist is somehow a sensor net, and that whatever is out there is going to use that mist to try. If you just walk through, but for whatever it is in your feeling, you think Merrick's shade ability will actually keep you protected from that.
Okay,
So you guys can go forward, and you think you won't alert whatever that's causing that sound. You shouldn't trigger anything with the mist. It'll just be you're also going blind ahead. But they're blind against you too.
all right. So should I roll for stealth?
You absolutely can if you want to move forward.
Exactly what we wanted.
Alright. Yeah. Shade us and we'll start moving into the
Come on, shade, baby. I got that good shade. I got that good. Nice. All right. So 5 versus 7 and a 5. From there.
And with Plus Your Shadow, that's an 8, so that is a strong hit. You guys are able to progress forward. You realize the weird part is actually once you turn on your shade ability and you enter the mist, it's as if the mist, like somehow the fogginess inverts, and you're now able to see all the way through it. The mist is basically gone to you, and you guys are walking through, and you see that there is like a giant guardian that's like he's just walking a path back and forth across perpendicular to your path. Basically, this room turns out into a big circle, kind of a half sphere actually, and there's a large guardian that just walks back and forth, a very obvious path. That's why he was getting louder, but he's very slow. He's very predictable in his motion, and you guys are able to bypass him just fine. Like he doesn't see you, you can see him, and you guys move forward. And then, so you guys, you pass him. You take that sigh of relief as we jump back to Jimmy Rings charging these soldiers. Sounds like he's gonna strike and shoot the shit out of them.
All right. So I switched to slugs in the shotgun. They're getting nice and up close and right in the middle of a bunch of them, and I start hitting dudes as hard as I can with the buttstock of the shotgun and shooting the other ones. So, like, let's say I shoot 3 real quick and then hit the other 3.
There's only 3.
Oh, there's only, I thought there were 6.
No, there's just 3 of them.
Oh, okay, fuck it.
Gonna kill him twice.
All right, I hit one of them to the left of the hallway real hard, knock him unconscious, and then I shoot the other two point blank, one in the chest and the other one right in the head.
Alrighty.
So roll for
Yeah,
that.
roll plus iron and keep your +1 for your augment.
Nice. All right, a 3 versus 2 and a 1 plus how much? 4?
Yeah, you just do it. There's very quickly just a pile of bodies on the ground. Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah. So you guys are able. You subdue them. Roll another.
Hold on, before we move on, I want to crush the dude that I knocked out.
Oh my god.
I want to crush his skull under my boot.
Alrighty. You don't have to roll for that. You just do it. As suddenly you realize you've killed your own grandfather. I'm kidding.
Damn, you just disappear out of my life. Disintegrate. His skull crushes, you disappear.
All right, so go ahead and you guys need to roll another plus shadow to. I mean, you take out the guards that found you real quick, but you're still trying to get to that second station.
Check this real quick. Well, rock, we don't have to good meal anymore. I'm gonna get the cat for quick. Okay.
All right, give us 1 second, Adam.
Cool.
We have a loose wing.
Oh no!
Loose wing with a dark all around.
Yeah, strong kind of shit.
And then you got them all those in?
Oh, I gotta roll again?
Yeah, you guys are doing plus shadow sneak.
Oh, okay.
A 1 versus an 8 and a 2.
Well, but you have a but a 2, because you only have +1 shadow. And you guys are just not good at sneaking around. Let's just be honest. Which this was supposed to be a distraction mission anyway. You're supposed to be causing some havoc. So you guys, in the end, just like, why are we sneaking? We're supposed to be drawing attention, and
That was successful.
you just get frustrated. I think Jimmy just gets frustrated and starts just shooting like cameras in the corridor and just causing havoc. And
All right. Can I like toss grenades in the side rooms as we run down the hallways and shit?
yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Just like,
Who's got that?
yeah. So you guys are causing some trouble, which is what you're supposed to be doing, but you're definitely not making it towards that other area. But we're just gonna leave as like, literally we see you like take a string of grenades, like 4 of them, and you just like, you whip out this thing and they start rolling, and you've got all 4 of the pins are like, they're pulled out, and so they're rolling, and you guys just start walking down an adjacent corridor as fire just shoots out of that hallway, vaporizing whatever was down there. As
It didn't even start.
as we switch back to the vault, you guys progress past this strange room, and let's continue our expedition. Roll that plus wits.
A 1 versus a 1 and a 10. Plus 3 wits, so 4. We hit.
Alrighty.
What is this?
Whoa.
I'm trying to feel bad.
So you guys move forward, and the nice thing is it goes back to being more of a straight corridor. The only problem is your feet are suddenly seem like they're echoing far more than they were before. It's kind of the room's smaller than the corridor was before, and your feet just seem to boom. But then you're hearing in between it. But there's you're each walking, so there's a lot of footsteps. But between them, you start hearing little chittering voices, little noises. Nothing that you can make out as knowing what it is, but you're hearing them, and it just sends a shiver down your spine. There's I don't know, something's weird, but it's not. Nothing's attacking you. Nothing's hurting you. It's just really creepy. As you guys move forward, go ahead and make another expedition roll.
All right. A 5 versus a 5 and a 6. So strong hit plus wits.
Nice.
Sure.
You guys progress forward, and the voices. As soon as you get to, walk up to the next door, if this corridor ends, as soon as you get to the door, the voices stop, just suddenly, to the point where, and so do the echoes. It feels like that was very deliberate. The doors open, and you find there are some creatures here. They're dead. Either they are remains, nothing is moving, but basically you came to almost an airlock door, and the creatures that are between, in this little room, they are charred. They do not look good. They're all also dead, but these bodies have been here. Human. They are not human beings. They are. Well, actually, what do they look like? They are person-sized. They look actually rather reptilian, almost like scaly. They have actually, it looks like 8 total limbs. Yeah, and it looks like they had spit kind of, you see some pock marks on the door where it looks like maybe they spit acid or something onto it. But looking at their faces, it looks like it looks like it would. That you think you're oh, I think that would be spit acid. That would explain this as you're looking at them. And while you guys are checking that out, we jump back to the chaos at the station. You guys, actually, let's do a. So what kind of things? So at this point, you guys, you've been able to plant some explosives. You think now, if you fired those explosives, you would at least cripple their sensors, and they're already very focused on what's going on inside, and you're of the opinion they're not going to find that vault anytime soon because of your presence. So
it's weird. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
we got 2 explosives. Let's just head back to the ship. Boom. Boom.
Okay. All right. Can we turn back around to the ship then?
Yes. So you guys are gonna do where is it? Crap. There's so many pages. Oh, there it is. You're gonna set a course back to the ship, which you guys actually have +5 supply right now, and that for some reason this is a plus supply roll. So basically, it's do you guys still have enough grenades and guns and whatnot to just shoot your way back to the ship? Roll plus supply, which is +5.
Nice. I got a 8 versus a 5 and a 9.
All right. An 8 total.
Yeah.
Okay, you realize, so you are blasting your way through, you are going, and you realize that it seems like the ship you guys came in on is a little too far away, but you realize you're not that far from the Eris that was already parked here.
What?
So the
same ship that we saw.
The twin of the ship that you came in on that has the exact same name, looks the exact same, it's parked here. You actually aren't that far from it, and there might be a little resistance because clearly, like, you guys came in on an empty ship except for who you brought. There might be crew on that, but it's closer and way more accessible.
So, yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, go up to the twin ship.
All right. So you guys go with that, and let's just do one a face danger. Face danger. How are you guys? Do you guys want to just? So okay, you guys totally get to the ship. You're right at the airlock to board this other ship. Do you like? Are you going to go in guns blazing? Are you going to try to sneak on? How do you want to approach getting on this ship?
How big is the ship again?
It's
Just got a couple corridors. Or?
It's like the size of the ship. It's like the size of your ship that you left. So it's big enough to house like 6 people living on it. It's got a couple corridors. It's not gigantic by any means. It's like the size of a house, like a decent sized house.
Our original Nimbus.
Yeah.
the other one. Yeah, Nimbus?
Yeah, Nimbus.
Oh.
I thought it was the same as the one that we just flew in on.
The sweeping Symbobulist is the little fighter.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, should we sneak on?
Alright, we'll try to sneak on.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes.
Roll shadow.
Alright, I'm rolling at him. Okay.
Good shit.
Alright. Oh, wait. How many points did we get?
It's 3. Yeah, dude.
But it is a hit.
It is a hit.
Come on. I made it up anyway, so.
And so we get it's a 2 against a 3 and a 2 plus 1 on stealth.
Cool. Actually, so you guys, you sneak on the whole time. So you guys get on board, and at first you think you hear some people, but there's nobody right next to the ship. Like nobody in the. You guys come in on the cargo bay. It kind of sounds like there might be people in the ship, but there's no one in the cargo bay, and so you guys are sneaking through towards the. Unfortunately, literally, the bridge of the ship is on the ass other end, and I think you guys are smart enough to realize you don't want to leave like bad guys on the ship if you leave. So I'm assuming you guys are going room by room as you move up the ship.
Can I roll to gather information? Make a motion sensor? Yeah, like I guess checking my motion sensors on my suit.
Yeah. Let's do plus your suit. That's like plus wits. So yeah, +2 on a roll. Gather information.
It's a 1 versus 10 and a 4.
So you have 6 momentum right now, so you could burn your momentum to get a weak hit.
To get a weak hit?
Yeah, to only get a weak hit, but it wouldn't be a fail.
Nah, I'm gonna need that. For what? This is where you need it. Yeah, we're literally about to dip. All right, Adam. let me burn that momentum.
Okay, so it's a weak hit. You're doing a scan with your armor, and you realize the only people are actually on the bridge. The rest of the ship is clear. It's just a little hard to tell how many people are on the bridge. You just know there are people on the bridge, but and that's the only place. So you only have to worry about one place on this whole ship.
Right.
And the nice thing is, there's no alert. Like, you guys got on the ship just fine. So you haven't set off any alarms. Nobody knows you're coming. So you realize that, and you guys start sneaking your way up there, and we're gonna cut back to the vault.
We have to account. I'm going to gun blazing.
Alright, Adam, I don't want to go in guns blazing. So we're gonna
Yo. Okay. Can you see how many people in the motion tracker?
No.
Nah, he said I could see where they were.
Yeah, you can see where they are. It's something about, like, I mean, to be honest, the bridge of ships are usually really well shielded, because that's where, if you're the captain and you're the pilot, that's where you're going to be. So you definitely are getting life signs from there, and, like, there's stuff going on the ship, but there's only the bridge left to be able to check.
I'm thinking we can set off the bombs and see if they come in now.
Oh, fuck.
But
Okay.
while you guys figure that out, we're going to jump back to the vault and see what they're doing with those fried bodies that were there. The fried reptilians.
But, I'm gonna let you get information this time.
Yeah, let's gather information, see if there's any sign of what killed them, like a trap or something.
Yeah.
Scan the room.
7 and a 2 versus a 4 plus 3 wits, so weak hit.
7.
Yeah.
So it is definitely, it's you realize that there's a security system. The door itself, like the whole wall, seems to be basically electrified. You think there's probably a way, you see where there are emitters, which you could disable, but it'll be a little dangerous. To be honest, it's something, when you point it out to Merrick's pretty sure, like, once Merrick sees those, he realizes he could likely disable those. There's a chance that if you failed, you could get hurt, but otherwise you're like, yeah, you've seen stuff like this that is more advanced. So you feel very confident that you could do this.
Nice. All right, let's do it.
So this is plus your shadow, so plus 3.
Oh, baby, let me do it. Oh, nice. All right, so it's a 2 versus a 5 and a 2. We get.
All right. So you're working on. There's like 20 different emitters you have to do, and eventually it's like number 14 or 15. You're getting tired of this, and you just slip a little bit, and it fries you just a little bit. You take -1 health. But it's that just leaves you at you're at 4 out of 5. It's very minor. It's just like, oh fuck, like you knew better. But then the doors open and I should have described the device you guys have. So before you left, Mr. E gave you basically, it looks kind of like a crystal ball. It's completely clear. Although it looks like it's glass, it's heavy, and when you tap on it, it feels like metal. So it's like it seems like some sort of transparent metal. And you see, as soon as the doors open, you're in kind of more of a control room. Let's see. You see where the cracks have been emitted from is actually from the center of this room. You're realizing now you're at the center of this vault, and in the middle of it, around basically everything around it, there's a sphere that's the exact same size as yours, but it looks like there's constantly like lightning going on inside of it. And I don't mean like the kind with like where you put your hand on it, the lightning goes to your fingertips. I mean like the whole ball, it's like lightning's bouncing back and forth between all inside of it. Like there's a whole lightning storm in there.
Okay.
And Spike realizes, there's just you see the thing that's in one of your packs, and you realize, like, just something in your head snaps, and you go, "Oh, if I touch that sphere to the other sphere, that's all I got to do, and it'll just copy it."
Love it.
Hey, I brought the right person.
All right, let's touch spheres.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You guys, you go up. You're touching the sphere, and it starts, like, the energy starts going back, and it clear, like the sphere you're holding begins to mirror the other one. It looks like it's adding the different layers of the lightning storm, and it just takes a little while. And we're going to cut back over to Jimmy and Solrock. You guys are, like, literally right outside the main door for the bridge of the Eris. And you guys said you're going in guns blazing?
No. They are trying to avoid that.
Oh, okay.
They could be killing themselves.
They don't understand the time travel stuff too good.
That's a good thing. There can't be two of us in the same universe. One of us is gonna die. That's like a Futurama.
Damn, okay.
So we gotta kill ourselves anyways.
Well, we trigger the explosives, and me and Carlos wait outside, just to both sides of each door, waiting to see who comes out.
Okay, so you're blowing the door? That's got to be, definitely plus iron for Enter the Fray.
I'm blowing the bombs that we have on the security point.
Oh, you're blowing on the ship. Okay.
Yeah, the door, whoever's inside of it.
Okay.
See, they want to put their head out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who comes out?
So let's see. I'm just going to roll percentile to figure out what happens. You can hear the explosions because, the ship is connected to the station. So when the explosions go, it rattles the station and the ship you're on, and all the other ships connected to it. And you can hear from behind the door, because it's not that thick. You hear just one voice talking into the computer. You can hear them. It's all muffled, but it's just one person talking, and they sound panicked. They don't sound like you can't hear a reply at all, but you can hear, like, very, very like, it's hard for you to hear, but you hear, like, a lot of possibly what's going on the radio is there's a lot of voices talking, and it's very chaotic, almost like everything's going nuts. But all you hear is one person.
Well, you didn't come out. Let's go in.
Alright, me and Carlos fucking kick the door in. Both of us have our pistols out.
Alrighty. Let's do face danger plus iron. You guys are definitely being aggressive. Whoever wants to roll it. You roll for both of you.
I'll roll.
Alrighty.
Ooh! What's my... Like, what do I add to the die?
You're adding plus 3.
So, 8 versus a 4 and a 5.
Nice. That is a strong hit. You gain a momentum, so you're up to plus 3 after resetting that. Basically, you kick the door in. You guys come in, and they just, like, turn around, and they turn around so quick they just fall out of their chair, and their hands are up, and they're like, it's not someone you recognize at all. They are wearing they're wearing a uniform that was very reminiscent of the people who you just killed back there, especially the guards. And you're just like, they're freaking out. Don't shoot!
Ask him, if there's anyone else on the ship.
Sorry, what was that?
Ask him if there's anyone else on the ship.
No, let me check. He gets up and he just kind of like hits a button. You can tell that he's gonna scan stuff. He does a quick scan of the ship. And he's like, I only see 3 life signs. It's just you 2 and me.
Does anyone come out?
Alright, I immediately go for just a straight hook to the chin
All right.
to put his ass to sleep.
And he goes to sleep. All right. You guys have control of the Eris. And then you guys are at the controls, and you actually see the defense system turn on just a couple of the sphere out around this place, and they start firing at the ship you came in on.
Oh, shit. Who's firing on our ship?
The defense system of the station.
Cool. Oh, well, it's cool. We got a new one on the same ship.
It's a good thing we can go to the other ship.
The ship of Bessie, that's fun.
So me and Jose tried to like casually just fly the fuck out of there.
Yeah, there's actually, as soon as you guys try to unlatch, it's actually pretty easy. There's like an emergency like evacuation thing going on. So the other ships are also unlatching, and everyone's launching off away from the station at this point. So yeah, you guys follow suit. We flip back to the vault, and you guys have downloaded the sphere, and it's been an easy walk back. You realize, like, it was such a straight shot. You guys are able to bypass that guardian. Do you guys want to reset that door, or do you just leave that the door, the electrical door, that last one? Do you guys leave it open, or do you like reset it?
Reset it. You don't want to leave any trace that we just see.
Cool. So yeah, you guys are able to get out of the vault and get into your snub fighters, and you're flying out, and you're sending you're like, hey, we're ready. Are you guys ready? And you guys are you're monitoring, like, you guys are launching the Jimmy Rings and the Seer. They're launching, and you guys actually see on your communication, because they're sending it to the Eris. You guys are the Eris, and you guys are getting messages from your snub fighters that like, hey, we're ready to go. Where are you?
Because we don't have to destroy every place we.
That's right. Now hold on.
It's just an idea.
It's like crazy. All right, and there's survivors right now.
Yes.
So we do well.
Yes. There are ships launching that have people on them that are alive.
Alright, so yeah, head for the beacon, pick them up.
Let's piece the street.
Cool. Yeah, so
Oh, can we check as we're on our way?
I'm sorry.
The
hold on.
ship's fucking like who the ship belongs to or whatever. Where the ship's been in the last 24 fucking hours of its existence?
the ship you're on, has been parked at that station for like the last week and a half.
Okay. All right, now here's another one. Before we leave the boat, we're in a boat, right?
Yeah, you guys are in a ship.
No. We already left the boat.
I mean, you guys,
Too late.
if there's anything else you want to do before you leave, let me know. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, we're in a boat. We might as well scan stuff while we're here. We're undetected.
Is there anything to loot?
Loot or scan, get information. Because Luke is, the boat more.
You are.
Yeah, I think we can get back to Mr. E. Maybe.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll a gather information check.
wits.
10 and a 10 versus a 1.
Fuck! Alright, yeah, let's get out of here. Get out of here. You're not interested.
Well, you're just like, you guys try to do a scan, and you're like, well, you can't even. Your scanner doesn't even register like the sphere you have in your hand, and you're just scanning everywhere, and just like you. According to your scanner, you are floating in deep space, and there's nothing around you.
Oh, alright, yeah. Get out of here.
That's her.
Alright, so we wait for pickup.
All right, yeah. So you guys get picked up. You're able to fly back to Mr. E's. Oh, and you realize the Spike, you've got this sphere. Well, Mr. E had actually like installed. Oh wait, nope, sorry. You're not on your ship yet. So, never mind. So yeah, you guys get back to Mr. E's, and he's waiting for you guys.
Wait. We destroyed Mr. E's, so we technically abandoned Mr. E's ship. So do we have to give him this new ship that we looted?
So you guys land, and you see he's got a hand scanner. As you guys land, he's like, "Oh, perfect! You guys closed the loop. Yes."
We'll call us the time loop?
Yeah. So that's this place exists in a pocket dimension where time is a flat circle here. And basically I get to see a lot of different time. So basically I was pretty sure that this ship was the ship that I lent you was the ship you guys brought to me. But the ship was already here in the vault when I found it. But it's a causal loop. So everything worked out.
We did the cycle. Huh. The cycle of it. That ship has a storyline, bro.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, what's Mr. E got for us? I say, yeah, is that being sold on our ship?
So yeah, he takes the sphere from you and leads you. Is like, okay, like we got to get this installed as soon as possible, because the sooner we get it connected, the sooner it'll grow and attach, and you guys can start using an overseer. I mean, I'm sure it's probably more powerful than that, but we'll find out. And so he leads you back to your own ship, who, when you guys show up, as soon as you open the cargo bay, you're just like, wait, why? Whoa, this cargo bay is like 10 times bigger than it was before.
Yes, we can fit in their ship. Oh wait, that's Lee's now.
And you guys realize that, yeah, so he's already done the internal retrofit, or at least a lot of it's underway. And you guys, he takes you up to the engineering section, and there's a whole new like computer system. And he takes the sphere that you guys have, and he just puts it. It's a pretty obvious spot where it goes. And as soon as he puts it in, the whole thing starts lighting up and glowing. And he's like, yeah, so this will probably take a little while to connect to all your systems. But I'd say by the time we're finished installing the rest of this, once we're done installing the stealth system, I think your AI will be online. So I think we got it.
I think 10 days for that sake. 10 days are leaked, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So that was the end of this mission. You guys will have next time we play, your ship will be ready. You'll have the stealth system installed. You've got the internal refit. Oh, I forgot. We also I decided to give you one more thing because of I was talking about like the whole TARDIS thing. You also have, where is it? Sorry, resetting. You're also getting another asset as well. It's like an expanded hold. So your vehicle carries up to 3 cargo. When you gain plus supply, you may convert it to cargo. When you make a move plus supply, you may add plus cargo. When you sacrifice resources, you may instead suffer a cargo. Basically, you guys, your supply goes up to 8 now, so you guys can hold a lot more stuff.
Go. Good shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't kind of like those are kind of in lieu of getting newer experience at the moment. But I wanted to say the other thing is that you realize by the time we play next, so we'll just jump forward in time a bit. You guys are hanging out. The repairs get made. Mr. E, and a few of you guys, you're all messing with the ship, and as the AI is connecting, you realize that you now have a bunch of new places inside your navigation system. You guys know where vaults will be and are right now.
Nice. Okay. All right. Good shit.
Yeah. And as Spike kind of looks at, so one of the newer features you also have with as the AI is developing is that when you're on the bridge, there's actually a new kind of display that pops up. There's actually kind of like a holographic display, and it shows you this new map of the Forge with these vaults lit up. And a couple of them, there's nothing on the map itself that has any indication, but for Spike, there's 2 places that kind of, in particular, he's like, hey, I've never been there, and that, you feel a pull to those 2 places.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we on supplies? Yeah.
How's your momentum work?
So,
Do we like keep what we, whatever happened with the last mission, or does it reset?
oh no, it doesn't reset until you burn it. So right now, our momentums for Jimmy Rings is +3, for the Seer, so for you, Carlos, is +3, for Spike it's +5, and for Merrick the Unseen, he's at +7 right now. So, yeah, but what you can do is whenever you feel the need to, you can substitute your total score for your momentum score, and then it resets to your reset value, which is usually +2, unless you guys get super fucked up. Like if you guys start having, like if you become maimed, or if you're like, if you guys get really hurt, you can your max momentum goes down and your reset drops by 1 as well. So
What's the maximum right now?
the max is +10. That's the most you can ever have. That's the most your score can ever be. So unfortunately, if you roll like double 10s on the challenge dice, you're screwed no matter what, because you cannot beat 10s on the challenge dice. So
Matching 10? I beat it?
yeah, matching 10, you cannot beat it. It is always going to be a strong miss. Like, you roll double 10s on your challenge dice, something fucked up just happened. Yeah. Which is absolutely going to happen at some point, so.
Yikes.
I mean, it's not a large chance, but, you know, it happens.
Nobody happens out of combat.
Yeah, so that's all I had for today's game. So yeah, you guys will have all those new assets next time we play. I'm gonna be unable to play next weekend, maybe the weekend after. I gotta check real quick. This week's episode featured music by Tabletop Audio.
To learn what happens, keep listening. This show is brought to you ad-free by privilege. No ads, no Patreon, just a cishet white man with disposable income and time. It is performed, edited, and all that good stuff by Redstone Archender. The story is powered by the game Ironsworn, Starforged by Shawn Tomkin. Outro by Glitter Snitchel, channeling the spirits. This has been a Sofa King Cool production.